sponsors na ndị chọrọ ka anyị na ha gbakọta aka ka ikurube mee mmemme a ka ọ daa ụda ka ha bịa ka anyị mee ya bụ mmemme ka ọ bụrụ nke a na-agaghị echefu n'ihi ya bụrụ na ị chọrọ ịkwado ihe omume a biko egbula oge ọbụla kpọọ akara ekwentị a bụ 0707 491 3440 0707 491 3440 0707 491 3440 ma ọ bụkwanụ 0707 491 3437 0707 491 3437 ekwekwala ka akọrọ gị ihe omume a n'akụkọ gaakwa n'ihu n'ige ntị n'ụlọ mgbasa ozi redio a iji nwee ike nụrụkwuo akụkọ gbasara ihe omume a Eko FM ndị na-aṅụrị ọṅụ maka ịgba pụrụ iche ha tirila na mgbasa ozi
Eko FM.
Live from the Eastern Heartland, Echo FM 100.7 brings you engaging conversation on trending news.
We need the federal government to sort whatever issue they are having with ASU.
And by December this year, 4,000 MOUs will be employed in Europe.
It's explosive.
Well, first of all, we must understand that war in itself is a display of anarchy. When you talk about war, that is lawlessness at its peak. When you say you are fighting war to keep Nigeria one, no. You fought the war as a manifestation of your incompetence in the management of the crisis that was then part of Nigerian history.
Hilarious.
I get malaria, my cancer. Behind every successful man, there's a woman at the front.
Stop shaking your head. You stop shaking your head. You're one of those who are causing problems.
On action, I don't want to somebody.
And daring.
Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President.
Our nation remains one of the most insecure and least peaceful in the world today, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding.
We may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
My appeal is that you dedicate 20% of 2025, roughly 72 days, to visit each of the 36 states.
Catch the drama, feel the excitement on Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. Every weekday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join the conversation on Straight Talk with Barry Cosmos. Straight Talk, get straight analysis, no bending corners.
Let's be poor. Breathe.
Every day,
every hour,
every minute,
and every second,
breaking news occur
from our villages,
in our cities,
new government policies,
the economy,
politics,
social news,
entertainment news,
security concerns.
We, the people, converge
to analyze,
separating facts from fiction,
lies and truth.
We dissect,
we integrate,
we harmonize,
we criticize,
and we bring you all the juicy details.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. It is Straight Talk.
Straight Talk.
Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Shall I begin? I am your host. I am your anchorman. I am the presiding bishop of this ministry. And I am awesome. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, the Buruburu One on radio, the Okenze on radio, your big brother on radio. I am the main event and I am here.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Are you ready?
Echo FM.
Desire estate, like you're feeling alright. Hold my hands up, pray for you.
This is Ofekata Orodo community. Cuddle in nature's embrace. From the sky, its beauty stretches wide. Serene landscape, lush greenery, and a windy path that whispers stories of old. Ofekata Orodo is not just a place on the map. It is a heartbeat, a heritage, a people proud of their land. And today, it opens its arm to a contest that stirs excitement, mystery, and the promise of discovery, the Ojezurobodo search. As the Echo FM theme arrive, the elders of Ofekata Orodo receive them with warmth and joy. With hearty smile and open arms, they share stories of their rich cultural heritage, woven with resilience, unity, and pride. The atmosphere is filled with excitement.
Good morning and welcome to today's program. Welcome to Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7. We do sincerely apologize for starting this program almost 30 minutes late. And of course, please do bear with us for today's transmission. It's still your favorite program. It is Echo FM. Straight Talk is up next. Everybody, call your friends, call your enemies, because today is a brand new week and we want to start it today on a blazing note. Please accept my apologies for starting this program late due to circumstances beyond my immediate control. So please, I hope you do bear with me. Thank you very much, people. All right, today on the show, we will just go straight into the talking points of this program. We've already lost most of the time. We'll give you the newspaper updates, but definitely, as usual, today we'll be taking a look at the aftermath of the PDP Convention. What's next now? There are a lot of questions and issues that have been raised on this matter. The legality of the convention. Now the PDP has a new chairman. Well, the other bloc, the Wike-led faction, as they call it, is still saying they don't recognize it. The PDP firestorm, Wike camped rejecting expulsion as 4 state challenge Makinde. Well, finally, Wike and 11 others have been expelled from the party, a motion that was raised by Bode Judge. That is the lead story on every newspaper this morning. So we'll talk about that again. The U.S. Congress is beginning full-scale probe into Nigeria's killings because of the Christian genocide that was alleged by the U.S. Senator Ted Cruz. Right now, there is a new dimension to it. As the Congress seems, the government was shut down in U.S., but right now the Congress is now sitting and they will take a full-scale probe into Nigeria's killings. They have invited both Christians and Muslims to testify at that hearing. Prominently among them is Bishop Wilfred Anagbe. Bishop Wilfred is the Makurdi Diocese Bishop of the Catholic Church. And of course, he's going to be testifying in that particular Congress and telling the world what it means and what it takes for Christians to live in Nigeria as it stands now. He has already made a very, very serious allegation before. Part of what he said is what has triggered this move by the U.S. Now he is in U.S. to testify before the Congress. Recall that Bishop Anagbe made a lot of claims and allegations, which a lot of people, he said, people he ships and his flock in the Catholic Church, the killings of reverend fathers, reverend sisters, burning of churches, and the takeover of lands and all that, purportedly carried out by Islamic jihadists and all that. Well, the Nigerian government is still on the part of denial that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. How long do we continue to deny? That is very appalling when you hear it's not that they are not killings. They are saying both Muslim and Christians are being killed. Now, leaving the main cause of the killing, that is the major thing. We are not even talking about the killing. Now is who is being killed the more. But the big question is who is doing the killing. Now they say some it's farmer header clashes, bandits and all that. But all these bandits, all these headers that are killing people, when have you heard that a Christian group or Christian bandits went to a Muslim-dominated area and killed them to collect their lands or take over their cattle and the rest of them? Well, we also hear stories of cow rustling, mostly by the Christians and all that. So that is a long-age conflict between the farmers and the herders. That is completely different from what we are seeing now as people are being slaughtered. Now, to make matters worse, the likes of Gumi keeps saying a whole lot of annoying things. He said that a doctor told him that Christians now are burying empty coffins just to show the world that people have been killed. Can you imagine what somebody like Gumi will be saying? And the Nigerian government is absolutely doing nothing. Invariably, he's now encouraging the killing, that it is not about how many was killed, that Christians are now raising the question just to put a narrative that there is Christian genocide. Can you imagine that, man? That is really, really heartbreaking to hear that a Nigerian will open their mouth and say something like that, but definitely that is what is happening on a Nigerian setting. So the U.S. Congress is taking a front seat on this one today. Bishop Anagbe is going to be really giving his own accounts of what is happening, and other clerics from the Muslim side, including the Nigerian state government. The U.S. Congress has also said they're going to work with the Nigerian authority. But there are a lot of things involved in this. International politics is now playing in. The Russians and the Chinese and all that, they are saying it's because Nigeria joined the BRICS and, of course, rejected the deportation decree by the U.S. that the likes of Ghana accepted, but Nigeria said no to it, and the U.S. is using that as an affront to take over the northern Nigeria to use to penetrate the Sahel. This our international politics playing out. So today we are going to digest on these two matters and see which way Nigeria. That is what we'll be discussing this morning. Welcome aboard, people, to the main event on Radio 80, straight talk all the way, no bending corners. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal. Everybody, apologies once again for starting this program very late. All right, let's just take some few headlines on the Punch newspaper. We have NYSC released Batch C deployment details for prospective corps members, and they stay strong will be Oju Super Eagles after World Cup playoffs. They should stay strong. What? These boys were playing as if somebody tied their legs, and of course they were so tired. By the time the playoff came, they were busy asking for money now. That money now, what's the justification where you are not going to go to World Cup for the two consecutive, this is the very first time it's happening, and of course 2 consecutive World Cups will not be Nigeria. The group that made Nigeria not to go involves Rwanda, Zimbabwe, Benin Republic. I mean, these are the kind of people that stopped Nigeria from going to the World Cup, and now DR Congo outplayed Nigeria. At a point in time, they were like 80% ball percentage, holding 80 to 20 against Nigeria. That was how bad the Super Eagles were performed. And to make matters worse, Osimhen left and the whole attack collapsed. Our coach yesterday was very annoying, to say the least. And of course, he had the nerves to come and start talking about DR Congo used a voodoo to tie Nigeria during the penalty shootout. I mean, everything just worked as if the Super Eagles were just not serious with the match, because I don't see any reason. There was no adventure. The Congolese were serious, and the Super Eagles were just strolling in the pitch. Nobody's chasing anybody, as if they're all tired. It's not as if it's the extras. I'm talking about from the very beginning. DR Congo deserved to go. Congratulations to DR Congo, and they deserved the victory. Even if Super Eagles had won, they didn't deserve that victory. Let's tell ourselves the truth. But unfortunately, we have lost. We've lost. Obi is saying they should stay strong. Nothing happened. Where Federal High Court begins Christmas vacation December 19th, and Azikiwe made sacrifices for Nigeria's unity, says ex-Niger governor. Our best wasn't enough. Mwabali laments DR Congo's defeat. That was your best. That's not Nigeria's best, definitely. Let's take other stories on the Vanguard newspaper now. Manufacturers shun bank loans over high interest rates. This against the backdrop of high interest rate regime, leading manufacturers have scaled down bank borrowing significantly. Well, electricity workers threaten nationwide shutdown. That's another crazy one on the Vanguard newspaper. Convention controversies. How Turaki emerged as PDP national chairman. We'll give you more on that later on the show. And of course, FG exceeds 2025 borrowing target by 55.6%. They were supposed to borrow about $13 billion, and now they have borrowed more than that by 55.6%. So you're working on money that were not appropriated. That is what this means. I wonder what exactly this is. Well, NYC announces by sea deployment details for prospective corps members. Please, if you're expecting or you are one of those people who's expectant, better go and check the NYC portal to see where you were posted. Historic achievement as Duke of Edinburgh International Award Foundation host forum in Lagos. That's also on the Vanguard. Let's head on quickly to the Daily Post newspaper. Face-up looms as expelled Wike-led PDP faction summons emergency meeting. Well, all these ones expelled, including the state chairman of the PDP in Imo State, was also expelled. Is part of the expelled list. Later, we'll give you the full details of that. Apprehension disquieted not over Trump's threats of military action in Nigeria, and Trump threatens Nigeria's weak foreign policy and other open door for interference. That's what people are saying. This one was Al-Galuba. Al-Galuba is saying that we have a weak foreign policy. Do you know that up to now, this is going to the third year of Tinubu's presidency, he has yet to appoint ambassadors. So what kind of foreign diplomat are you using to promote Nigeria's own diplomacy? I don't know what is the reason why Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, has refused to appoint ambassadors. It is so confusing. We also have Nicki Minaj to speak at UN on Christian persecution in Nigeria. Nicki Minaj has become a vocal point for Christians at the killing of Christians in Nigeria. She okayed what President Donald Trump said. Now she's going to speak at the UN Assembly. All right, we'll keep denying that Christians are not being killed in their numbers, and there is a pattern of killing in Nigeria, but the world can see what is happening. So where do you stand? Hishba stop attempt trafficking of 2 women from Kano to Ghana, and Nigeria to release October inflation rate Monday as analysts predict further moderations. All right, there's also this story that was floating on the newspapers that remember the young man that had an altercation with Wike. They were saying that he escaped assassination. Well, the police have since come out to deny that, but according to the reports were flying yesterday on social media that the young man escaped assassination. That's talking about A. Yerima, Lieutenant Yerima of the Nigerian Navy. Well, we just bring you some few Daily Post. The Daily Trust newspaper now, coalition will consider all options for 2027 PDP chairman. That is what the new chairman is saying. Said they will consider all options for 2027 if they are going to join the coalition of the ADC. All right, where will the pendulum swing? Well, right now, the Wike camp and all that is still fighting. I will analyze this thing today. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any lawyer to come and join us today, but we'll definitely do our best to bring you all the nitty-gritty and the details on this matter. We also have bandits kill 3, abduct 64 in Zamfara. Yes, more and more. The bandits were said to have killed 3 persons and abducted at least 64 on Saturday at Fengembaza village in Safe local government area. Keep killing, keep abducting. The Nigerian government keep denying. Well, the Daily Trust yesterday gathered that children and women were among the abductees taken to an unknown destination. Well, 4 other people were said to have sustained gunshot wounds during the attack and were taken to Safe General Hospital. Among those killed was a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress APC, Omar Moriki, along the Gusau Safe Road near Fengin village. Moriki, who was said to be gunned down while traveling to Kaduna, was the Sarkim Fadan Moriki, where the incident happened a day after the Minister of State for Defense and former government of the state, Bello Mohammed Metawale, visited the state and announced that the defense headquarters had deployed fresh troops. All right, that's the much on that. On the Cable newspaper, we have Anya rejects expulsion from PDP, says convention was a jamboree. All right, let's take a deep look at this particular one. Well, welcome aboard, people. I hope you're still with me. I hope you've not lost faith. I hope you didn't tune out. Please, if you did tune out, tune in, because the big voice is on the radio. Your big brother is here now. Let's go talking. If you want to add your voice to the conversation, please pick up your phone. Let's have these few headlines I've just churned out for you today on the show. Hello, good morning. Who am I line?
Hello, Barry. Good morning.
Yes, senior citizen.
I thought I am bad pass.
Abisa.
Better late than never, programmer people. It's senior citizen, Mass. Barry,
hello, good morning. Welcome aboard, sir.
Yes. Caritas will not call today. Don't speak a voice. Barry, you are talking of the players not doing well. They were crying that they had not been paid. And money they earned, they had not been paid. And like you play every day on your program, at least we can manage hunger. How do you expect hungry men to play football well? You say you can pay them for asking for their money. Don't worry, we have seen the result. You will see hungry men and send them to go and work for you, and you expect them to clear the farm, till the ground, plant the food, love the things, and you have a wonderful harvest.
That's great.
Very good morning on that point. But let me ask you, those who are denying the killing, or not only one group is free, who are those doing the killing?
Okay.
Who are those doing the killing?
Yeah, that's the question.
Has any Reverend Father killed anybody?
Attire.
Has any deacon killed anybody? Has any pastor killed anybody? Let them give us the figures so we know where we are.
Okay.
Let people stop talking about the economy. Somebody's coming to take Nigeria's mineral resources. Are you going to keep quiet and you slaughter all the people who don't agree with you on religious grounds before they don't know that they are killing people? Don't worry. I have told you, Trump is I'm giving Don Trump.
Okay.
That's the name. I'm a grandfather, so I can give anybody any name. Let me finally, Barry, before you use your decision. Whether there is trouble in PDP or no trouble, whether you do your analysis or not, the danger is ahead. And those who have finished their calculation about the election in 2 years' time, let me announce, I've done all they are doing without God at the center of it.
Okay.
God is above all of us. Good morning, Barry.
Thank you.
I'm senior citizen, Welcome. God is above all of us. Good morning.
Thank you very much, the senior citizen, Matthew Zama, this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, Mr. Barry. My name is Onanka Ifan.
Okay.
I'm calling from MCC Urapa.
Okay.
Well, you've seen the issue at hand. You see the young naval military man. They're after his life. You know, every rumor, there's an atom of truth. The military should protect that guy because you'll be surprised that they may assassinate the young man. That one aside, is there anything like genocide, Christian genocide in Nigeria? Yes, there is. The video is everywhere. That is why you can see somebody like, what do you call her, that's coming to the UN to defend. They will show them clips. They will show them clips what is happening in Nigeria. I think the Nigerian government should shamefully say, oh, we were thinking that it was this and that, but now we'll fix this. That should have been their response. Instead of them to come and say there was no genocide and all that, at the end of the day, they will still find out there is genocide. On the Super Eagles side, they don't deserve the World Cup because they will go at even, they cannot win any match if they go to World Cup. There is no creativity. Indeed, it's dead already. We need replacement. In fact, they need total overhaul. I'm not doing anything. I was so angry yesterday night.
My brother,
my brother.
My brother, your best don't reach my own. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, who's on my line? Welcome aboard. All right, apparently you're not ready to talk with us. 0911 20022 0707 454 1014. Those are the numbers to call. Good morning.
Good morning, Cosmos Barry.
Good morning to you.
Chief Ben Okuono. I'm speaking from Awaka.
Welcome, Chief.
Thank you very much. Happy New Week.
Happy New Week, sir. So turn down the volume on your radio a little bit.
Okay. Now, on the outing of our Super Echoes, I think it's even a blessing in disguise. Yes, because number one, it will be a clarion call on the football administrators in this country to sit up. The whole thing is a reflection of the decay in the entire system. And besides, if these guys had qualified, the little attention, creative attention from the government should have been directed towards that end. Now that they have failed, let this government look inwards and address the problems, myriad of problems in this country. On the issue of genocide, I thank God for the steps taken by the Congress of the U.S. to set up a committee to investigate. And before long, Barry, you will hear what will happen. The results will be there, and the evidence is there. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Chief Ben, for your contribution. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmas, my very good friend.
I greet you.
My name is Mubaj, and I usually call from Cheese State.
Chief, how are you this morning?
I want to begin by commending the U.S. Congress for resolving to begin probe on the alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria. I opine that this is what should have been done long ago by the Trump administration, instead of jumping into conclusion hastily and resolving to attack terrorists in Nigeria. Because that is failure to engage the leadership of the country in a dialogue to find a lasting solution to this. If it is found really that Nigeria is a genocide attack on Christians in Nigeria, notwithstanding that Nigeria is a sovereign country and has a bilateral relationship with America, the fight against terrorists is inclusive. Indeed, what is worth doing, they say, is worth doing well. And this is why the U.S. Congress must have to be commended and encouraged to fast-track action on this. I mean, to find out the real situation. And if ever, whatever is the outcome, will eventually synergize with Nigerians to fight terrorists in this country. And that is the way to go. Because united, they say, we stand, and divided, we fall. I want to encourage the Congress to continue what they are doing. I'm in love with that. I don't know whether Barry, my good friend, is in love with that or not.
Chief, good morning. Okay. Chief is throwing jabs this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, my very good friend, Mr. Barry. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
Olumbi Onyez Ezelobo. Barry, somehow my discussion with you on my topic this morning will be funny. You know, on the issue of this Congress, American Congress, is a welcome one. But I wish the less Buhari is alive. And also Muhammadu Buhari is also alive, and the Abba Kyari is alive to bring of Sudan that the country, all of them will be summoned to question them. Since Jonathan, they took power from Jonathan, what is happening in this country called Nigeria for now? And I wish that U.S. Congress will call somebody like Mazen Nandekalo, no matter he is in DSS custody, to come and give evidence. There is no need of them going far to go and look for people that will be giving evidence about the killings in Nigeria. Then I also ask Chief Jude Ubada normally say it cannot be holier than Pope. But today, Pope have given an evidence of the killings about the Christians in Nigeria. What evidence again do Nigerians need and the world need before they will intervene in this country called Nigeria for now, for us to have a peace? And I've been calling, let us discuss Nigeria, because Nigeria is not working. That's my take. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you. Good morning.
Sabari, good morning.
I agree to you.
Samuel from Nazareth.
All right.
Yeah. But see here, the day they announced Muslim tickets for Nigeria,
okay,
that was the day I know that killings will rise. And the slaughter of people will not be, they will not, I don't know how to put it. They will just kill people at random. Because, you see, I've been in the north, Barry.
Yeah.
For some years, I've been in the north. The people that are doing this thing were exported. And the people that exported them, they are in Nigeria, in the government. I'm telling you the truth. Because of fight, we run away from the north. And we know what happens. If you are there and fight starts, you see your best friend will be your enemy. So, my brother, let the U.S. Congress probe this thing.
All right, thank you.
And you see how the truth will come out.
Thank you very much. Okay, you're stating to Echo FM 100.7. We are still analyzing the newspapers this morning. Good morning to you. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you. My name is Pastor Smart Nachi, calling you from Owerri.
Pastor Smart, where you go Basad from again?
Yes, so
okay.
Nigeria denying the genocide accusation, if I will use that word. It's like somebody who does not want help from anybody. Because if truly Nigerian government needs external help to combat the insecurity in the country, this should be an opportunity to woo the U.S. military in their favor. What would be wrong if government accepts there is genocide against Christian community in the country and demand for the U.S. government to assist them with military hardware to combat that? What would be too wrong about that? Denying this thing does not take away the fact that many Christians are being killed in this country just because they are Christians, not because they committed a crime. It is obvious. Everybody on the street knows it. Yes, there are other insecurity situations that has no religious coloration. There are bandits, yes. But we know in this country there are people who are dying just because they are Christians. And if America is making that allusion now, I believe government that is sincere should agree to that fact and ask for assistance from this government to combat the insecurity situation of the country. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. All right, we appreciate everybody. It's one more call, and we call it a wrap on the newspaper review. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, Emma Omejua.
Okay.
You see, you have seen what is happening in the country, that the young man, as you said, that stood firmly to defend his position and was very humble and humane and stood very right, that they are now looking for his life to assassinate him. And they know that there's somebody that he dealt with, and that person will be accused of his assassination if at all it happened. There are things we should understand. You don't even need to do things like that. And again, whoever that is denying the Christian genocide or the genocide generally, I think the person is not saying the right thing. If the government is denying it, are we to believe that the government is involved?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Chief Ima. All right, that's it for the newspaper review. Apologies, we didn't take enough time as usual, but definitely don't worry. We'll do our best to give you all the analysis you need to listen to as it concerns this issue of the PDP Convention, the legality of the convention, the expelled persons from the party. Will it stand? Will it hold? Those are the things we'll be taking a look at today on the show. So everybody just stick around. Once it's 10 o'clock, we will go to the news update at 10, and later on we will now come. I'll give you all the things you need to know about this particular judgment I will continue to bring you update. Just before we go for our news update, let me also remind you of the fact that we together, Echo FM family, and of course the Straight Talk family, and every friend of Barry Cosmos on radio, we are also calling for assistance to our beloved family at Toronto, Umuchima to be precise, the lady that lost her husband due to that particular Entraco enforcement that was allegedly shot and killed by the police, according to the family. The young man was just in his house, was about to open the gate for somebody who was shot outside, and 2 bullets pierced him, and he's dead. And of course, leaving behind 6 children and a widow to be taken care of. The eldest of the children is just between 17 and 18 years. So the rest of them are still very, very young teenagers. So we are calling for support for the family so that the children will not drop out of school. Do Christmas for them if you see whatever you can do. So please, we are calling on the account number. I will call it now so you can just drop whatever you have, no matter what it is. Even if it's 15 naira, drop it there. Every 100, 200, 100,000, 500,000, whatever amount of money you have on that, please just put it in the account number 104 307 3166. I'll call it again. 104 307 3166. FCMB Bank. FCMB Bank 104 3073 166. Those are the number, and the account name is Odu Family. Odu is spelled ORDU Family. That's the account number and the account name. FCMB Bank. Please do your best to assist those children and of course the widow so that their life will continue. Let's not fail the family. The Nigerian government fails in a lot of things, and this time around we don't want anybody to fail the family. Together, let's uplift them. We'll head on to the news update at 10 with Best Beauty.
Echo FM.
Please listen to these important announcements. Looking for flexible loan or smart investment option? Cool Financial Service Limited is here to help. This is Ofekata Orodo Community. Cuddle in nature's embrace. From the sky, its beauty stretches wide. Serene landscape, lush greenery, and a windy path that whispers stories of old. Ofekata Orodo is not just a place on the map. It is a heartbeat, a heritage, a people proud of their land. And today, it opens its arm to a contest that stirs excitement, mystery, and the promise of discovery, the Ojezurobodo search. As the Echo FM theme arrive, the elders of Ofekata Orodo receive them with warmth and joy. With hearty smile and open arms, they share stories of their rich cultural heritage, woven with resilience, unity, and pride. The atmosphere is filled with excitement, for their beloved community has been chosen for this month's contests. The search process, guided by the moderator, sets the tone, clearly explaining how the search will unfold. And with no time wasted, the participants leap into the fray. The search has begun. Where could it be? A thought that surely echoed in the heart of every seeker. I think it's here. Oh no, not again.
Echo FM.
News update on Echo 100.7 FM, the station with fair and balanced reporting. Here are the latest stories we're keeping tabs on. President Bola Tinubu has intensified his peace mission in Plateau State by deploying Dr. Abiodun Esiet to meet Christian clerics. Fulani leaders, women groups and youth representatives across several local governments. Esiet also convened a town hall meeting in Jos where community members discussed the roots of recurrent violence and the need to reinforce local peace structures. Stakeholders highlighted the importance of rebuilding trust between Christian and Fulani communities, strengthening early warning systems and supporting the existing 17-member peace committee. SES assured residents that the presidency remains committed to dialogue-driven solutions, inclusive governance and long-term stability in the north-central region. The Imo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has rejected the dissolution of its state executive announced at the Ibadan Convention, describing the gathering as illegal and in violation of a federal High Court directive. Party spokesperson Lancelot Obiaku urged members to disregard the announcement, insisting the convention lacked INEC monitoring and followed no constitutional procedure. According to the chapter, the event included suspended members while excluding valid delegates from several states, making its decision null and void. The Imo PDP reaffirmed loyalty to recognized national leaders and emphasized its commitment to internal democracy, rule of law, and due process despite attempts to create division within the party. INEC has announced that 2,316,232 Nigerians have completed their voter registration in the ongoing CVR exercise, with Osun and Lagos topping the list. The Commission said the impressive turnout reflects both online and physical registrations recorded nationwide since August 18, 2025. INEC attributed the rising numbers to strong mobilization campaigns, improved logistics, and increased public awareness. It noted growing participation in northern states due to community-based sensitization and urged eligible citizens to register early, stressing that credible elections depend on accurate, comprehensive, and inclusive voter data. Navy Lieutenant A.M. Yerima narrowly escaped an assassination attempt in Abuja after he was trailed by unidentified men riding in two unmarked Hilux vans. He reportedly outmaneuvered the suspected attackers along the Kubwa-Gado-Nasco axis after noticing the surveillance. The incident comes days after a widely publicized confrontation between Yerima and the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike over a disputed land site in Gadua. Military veterans have defended the officer, while the defense minister assured that no person acting professionally would be sanctioned. Veterans warned they would resist any attempt to punish Yerima. Consumers in Benue State are celebrating a notable drop in food prices, especially grains, following improved market supply and recent federal agricultural reforms. Traders say the reduced prices have brought relief to households struggling under rising living costs. The federal government says the reforms, part of the renewed hope agenda, are already boosting production and cutting post-harvest losses. Agriculture Minister Abubakar Kyari reaffirmed that continued investment in farming, storage and processing would help stabilize prices nationwide and strengthen food security. On the foreign scene, Egypt has expressed readiness to deepen cultural relations with Nigeria following the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum, one of the world's largest cultural landmarks. Speaking in Abuja, Ambassador Motaz Zaran highlighted Egypt's long-standing leadership in preserving African heritage and promoting cultural diplomacy. He said Egypt is willing to share expertise in museum management, tourism development, and heritage preservation. Nigerian cultural officials welcomed the partnership, stressing that stronger collaborations between African nations are essential for protecting shared history and enhancing regional unity. In the world of sports, Nigeria's D Tigress narrowly lost 77-76 to Turkey in a competitive friendly match in Istanbul as part of their preparation for the 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup qualifiers. The African champions fielded a strong lineup and showed impressive teamwork despite limited training time. The game offered the coaching crew an opportunity to test new combinations and assess the team's readiness for upcoming qualifiers. Analysts praised their defensive effort in transition play, saying the performance reflects steady improvement. The Tigers remain confident as they carry a 29-game unbeaten run in Africa. In entertainment, U.S. rapper Nicki Minaj will speak at a United Nations event in New York on Tuesday to address concerns over jihadist attacks on Christians in Nigeria. She will be joined by U.S. Ambassador Michael Waltz and Trump advisor Alex Brueswith, with Waltz praising her for using her platform to highlight injustice. Minaj said she's grateful for the opportunity and vowed never to stay silent on issues of human suffering. The invitation follows U.S. President Donald Trump's recent claim that Christians in Nigeria are facing genocide, prompting him to classify the country as a country of particular concern. Although the Nigerian government denies that the insecurity is religiously motivated, U.S. officials continue to raise the issue with the upcoming UN event representing America's latest effort to spotlight alleged persecution. And that's all for the news update at 10, edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms in Facebook at Echo FM, X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. I am Best Beauty going far. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Every day,
every hour,
every minute,
and every second,
breaking news occur
from our villages,
in our cities,
new government policies,
the economy,
politics,
social news,
entertainment news,
security concerns.
We, the people, converge
to analyze,
separating facts from fiction,
lies and truth.
We dissect,
we integrate,
we harmonize,
we criticize,
and we bring you all the juicy details.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. It is Straight Talk.
Straight Talk.
Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Shall I begin? I am your host. I am your anchorman. I am the presiding bishop of this ministry, and I am awesome. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, the Buruburu One on radio, the Okenze on radio, your big brother on radio. I am the main event and I am here.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Are you ready?
Welcome back to Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7 right here in the city of Owerri. My name is Barry Cosmos and this is your favorite program. It is Straight Talk. Let's go straight to the nitty-gritty of the PDP Convention, the aftermath of the PDP Convention. What is next for the PDP? Now, the convention has been held, but a lot of people on different camps are saying no. Now, let's try and give you the list of all those who were expelled. The People's Democratic Party on Saturday expelled the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and the former governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, from the party for anti-party activities. The party also expelled the National Secretary of the party, Samuel Anyao, and 8 others. And of course, this the PDP in Bauchi State quickly seconded the motion after Bode George had already moved for the 11 key members, citing what he described as activities inconsistent with the party's collective interest as reason for the move. Well, according to the full list, we have Nyesom Wike, Ayo Fayose, Senator Samuel Anyao, Umar Bature, Adeyemi Ajibade San, Mohammed Abdurrahman, Senator Mao Owabunwa, Austin Nwachukwu, that is the PDP State Chairman, Imo State here, Barrister Austin Nwachukwu, who was also expelled, Abraham Ama, George Tuna, and Chief Dan Obi. These were the 11 people, all people who are under Wike camp, all expelled from the party for anti-party. These same people have been at loggerheads with the PDP for a long time. First, according to what we know, let's go into this one for lack of time. Let's just rush the legal implication of all this. First, the Federal High Court in Abuja and then a State High Court in Ibadan gave 2 conflicting orders for and against the PDP convention that has expelled these people. So is it going to be legal? Is it not going to be legal? What happened? The Federal High Court in Abuja, led by Justice James Omotosho, on the 31st October 2025, Justice James Omotosho issued an order halting the PDP National Convention. The court held that PDP had not complied with its own constitution, the Electoral Act, and INEC guidelines. Specifically, valid state congresses were not held and the required 21 days notice was not given. That is what the court used in saying, no, they should not do that. In the case of the PDP, this same thing happened with the Labour Party. State congresses were not done, but the court held that it was a valid convention that brought in the Julius Abure. Now, the same matter has happened to PDP. They say, no, it's invalid. Oh, me table. So at the end of the day, they say 21 days was not issued. This 21 days was not issued to INEC to witness the whole process. So that 21 days is a technicality and a constitutional matter that requires the Electoral Act, which says that you must give 21 days notice. That was not given, according to James Omotosho, where he also restrained INEC from recognizing or accepting the outcome of any convention held under those conditions. If you follow this order, it means everything that happened in Oyo, it is null and void. It means the expulsion will not hold. The court also warned against steps that might render the decision nugatory and said it could issue consequential orders if parties act in defiance. All right, this is the first one. Then what happened? Oyo State High Court struck. Justice Akintola, after October 31st, on November 3rd, 4 days after, an ex parte motion was granted ordering the convention to proceed as scheduled from November 15th and 16th, which happened. The court restrained any interference with the PDP's convention timetable and required adherence to the party's schedule. This is directly in tension with Abuja's court order. I'm just trying to give you everything, so remind us so we can have a fruitful conversation. All right? So that's what happened at Oyo State. So after that one, another federal high court in Abuja, Justice Lifu, Wike's favorite lawyer, justice. In a separate suit, Justice Peter Lifu issued an order restraining the convention, apparently agreeing with complaints that the PDP did not follow due process. And this time around, it is based on the fact that one of the PDP members who wanted to contest the chairmanship, Lamido, was denied of buying the nomination form for the chairmanship. And he went to court seeking for them to stop the convention until he is allowed to buy the court. The court then granted him his prayer, say, you must allow him to buy and give him time to do campaign before you now put a convention. Oh, me, Tabo. That is what happened at Abuja court. Still, Justice Lifu also said in a separate suit, issued order restraining the convention, apparently agreeing with the complaints that PDP did not follow due process. This adds a third conflicting ruling. One federal court says a halt or Motoshaw, another says restrain outcome recognition or Motoshaw, and yet another says no convention until requirements met. That is Lifu. With the state high court, Oya says go ahead. Now, the legal implication of this is that both of them are high court of competent jurisdiction. They are on the same level, whether federal or state, they are all high court. The only time any of this order will be invalid is if they go to a higher court, that is appeal court, and any of these orders are set aside. Other than that, these two court orders are valid. So in this case, which one would INEC obey? INEC is now put in the eye of the storm. Where the legal implication is that it is a legal uncertainty and risk of contempt. Because there is contradictory court orders, it's unclear which one PDP must comply with. So which one? The PDP chose the one they want to obey and left the one they don't want to obey. If PDP proceeds in defiance of the Abuja court, it risks contempt of court. Some lawyers have explicitly warned of this, with the Abuja Federal High Court itself warned that parties should not take steps that might render the court's decision nugatory. So on the end of the day, there are two court orders. So if the PDP decide to follow this other court, does it mean Justice Lifu and Justice Omotosho are higher than Justice Akintola? No, both of them are high court judges. Hoo-ha. So did the PDP err in going ahead with the convention, or they did the right thing, judging from the fact that it is all in the Federal High Court? Well, the hierarchy of Judicial Committee, let's take a look at that. The National Judicial Institute, NIN, has noted that conflicting judgment from coordinate courts of same level, that's what they mean by coordinate court, are not necessarily judicial failure. They say, no, it is not judicial failure, but the traditional doctrine of Judicial Committee suggests courts should avoid working at the cross purpose. The coordinate courts are expected to show some restraint so as not to undermine each other. They are both on the same level. So which is superior? None. So did the PDP err in going ahead with the convention? Well, you tell me when we open up the phone lines. Ultimately, such conflicts would normally be resolved via appeal. Of course, the Court of Appeal, then possibly Supreme Court, the higher court's decision will not prevail. I have seen a lot of political cases of recent. The Federal High Court will say no. The Appeal Court will overturn it, then the Supreme Court will go back to the Federal High Court and judgment. It has been that way for a long time. It has been that way. Almost every electoral office that were overturned, the Appeal Court will set aside that judgment. They will go to the Supreme Court will return the judgment. It has been that way. So are we going to have this same process go on and on? Is it that the Appeal Court is beginning to become a court where the wishes of the people are done, and the court where the wishes of the plaintiffs are done now is not the Supreme Court? So I don't understand what's going on. I'm just saying allegedly, of course. We also have accountability of judges is now on the front burner. I'm trying to do analysis in every aspect so that you can have everything at your fingertips to have your own informed contribution. Now, we're also calling to the judges, accountability of the judges to the people. In this one now, there are technicalities involved. 21 days not followed. State congresses not followed. Now, you recall that Samuel Anyao was in a legal battle to see if he was the secretary of PDP as at that time when these whole processes were done. So the only rightful person that signed that document was the PDP national chairman, without Samuel Anyao, who was later reaffirmed by the court as the chairman. So in that regard, Samuel Anyao went to court now seeking that, no, those letters went without his signature when the date has already been fixed. So what would happen? Cancel that and then do it. So the Nigerian court has been meddling in this activity of the PDP for a long time. This is the crescendo of it. So the judges now, there is pressure from legal commentators that judges issuing conflicting orders, especially in politically sensitive matters, may face investigation or discipline. The NJC has investigated Justice Lifu and they found him not guilty. They have also investigated Motosho, found him not guilty of complacency in these issues. But unfortunately, the Nigerian people are thinking otherwise. But at the end of the day, what do you think? The Legal Practitioner Disciplinary Committee and the National Judicial Council have been mentioned in this context. Well, such scrutiny should affect public confidence in judiciary and possibly deter reckless judicial intervention. Why are the courts interfering in the process? Now, the Supreme Court has also given ruling of court affairs not being, and the party affairs not being a matter of court's intervention, except when it affects the Constitution of Nigeria or the party's own constitution. Now, this is what, I'll also bring you details of what the Supreme Court has said about that. With the procedure and institutional integrity, if PDP ignores one court order in favor of another, it sets a troubling precedent where party factions play courts against each other. It's a very simple thing. Every time we have a problem, one person will go to this court, they will get judgment. Another one will go to this court, they'll get judgment. From the same court at the same level. Nobody goes to go and appeal this particular judgment so that we'll settle this matter once and for all. It is always to go to another court. And once, it can't be like anybody who first come to the case must win that case. And most of the time, these people don't go to this place to defend that particular case. These people will present whatever they present. Without hearing from these people, the court will give judgment. It's always like that, and it's beginning to become a mockery of our democracy, where the precedent of institutional integrity is now called to question. If PDP ignores this particular court order and obey this other one, then what is the court? It becomes a weapon of stalling or affecting your opponents from moving forward or doing what you want, using the Nigerian court. So the court is now caught in the middle of political maneuver, and this is happening. Too bad. What are the political implications of this whole thing? The conflicting court orders deepens leadership crisis in the PDP. Different factions led by E.G., Wike, and Anyao, Vice Damagun. Once upon a time, these three were all working together. So what happened? Why did Damagun leave? Are relying on different court rulings to justify their actions. So Damagun said, the Oyo courts gave him order, go ahead. Wike and Anyao say this Abuja court order, say, So they are saying it's nullity, they're saying it's nullity. This can only be settled at the appeal. So who is going for the appeal now? They asked the PDP-led faction by way of Wike's camp if they are going to appeal the convention. They said, what is there to appeal? Because everything that happened there is illegal. So where would it end up now? The legitimacy of the convention is now called to question. If the convention goes ahead under the Oyo Court's order, but in defiance of the Abuja Court order, any leadership elected may face questions about legitimacy. It's a very simple thing. INEC's role is also very critical. So which of the court order would INEC now obey? From recognizing the outcome of the Oyo State one or the Abuja one? That is now a risk for INEC. INEC is now caught in the middle, not knowing what to do. So that is why INEC went to Oyo to monitor, but they left on time before the whole thing happens. What is the illegal implication? We come, but we no witness. Oh, me tabo. It's very interesting, drama. It's like a movie. I'm trying to give you the movie from beginning to the end, and after that, I'll open up the phone lines for you to have your say. All right? So the public confidence in democratic stability is going now. Conflicting court orders is high-stake political matters, and it erodes public trust in both the judiciary and political parties. Hoo-ha. The pressure is now on the judiciary. The NJI, the Nigerian Justice Institute, has already commented that such cases are part of systematic challenges and evolution of legal interpretation. This is all grammar. What Nigeria wants to see now is a logical conclusion of who is right and who is wrong. Delay, delay, delay. All the tactics is just to delay. Once you're delaying, the convention is not holding. It means the faction that don't want the constitution, the convention to hold is winning. So definitely, the constitution went ahead. It means we are now at par. It's now for the courts to now bring out who is doing the right thing. So it's possible appeal. PDP could appeal the Abuja decision and seek a stay of execution, allowing the convention to proceed, which they didn't. They went ahead using the Oyo Court ruling. They did not appeal, but they went ahead to obey the one they wanted to obey. If the stay is granted, which was not granted because they did not appeal, they negotiated settlement. If the factions within the PDP might negotiate internally, possibly mediate by party elders to avoid parallel convention, especially under the threat of legal risk, well, they could agree. But in this case, I don't see that happening. So it's still going to be a legal interpretation by the appeal court. And the only thing that can happen is that if Wike camp go and appeal or your state camp, or the Damagun camp go to appeal the Abuja camp, and none of them is ready to appeal. So at the end of the day, where do we go from here? What is next for the PDP? At this point in time, I want everybody pick up your phone. Let's get talking. Very interesting soap opera. I think I just read that, made sure I gave you some details of our movie called The PDP Convention. Hello, good morning and welcome.
Hello, Barry. Good morning.
Destiny Senior Citizen, welcome back.
Yes, Barry. It's just that somehow I'm familiar with the principles for almost less than 15 months. It will be about half a century.
Okay.
I'm familiar. Let me tell you where it will end. There's no wasting anybody's time, not for speculation. It will end when the Supreme Court makes a decision.
Okay.
That decision will come after you've gone to the Court of Appeal, whoever is going. And that means, unless the Supreme Court adopts some of the principles and so on, you may not get the thing done this year. It will end sometime next year. It may not end. What I'm saying, in essence, is this. The summary is that what is the law? The law is what the Supreme Court says. And that's what it is. So whatever they have done in the past, or they are doing now, the next step is the Court of Appeal. And the different courts of appeal, wherever they are going, then there are other conflicting judgments there. And what happens? You get to the Supreme Court. Whatever the Supreme Court says, or whoever they say is right, is the person who is right. You may have all the principles on your side, but when the Supreme Court makes a pronouncement, that's the law. Good afternoon. Oh, but it's still money. And that's how confusing. You see how confusing the thing is. They bring out the confusion. Some of
Thank you.
One day we'll not be able to tell you our names again.
Oh, God. Thank you very much. I hope it doesn't get to that. Thank you. Okay. Oh, the senior citizen. This is not conflicting times now. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, buddy. Buddy.
How you doing?
I thought to tell that you as a woman that I am still on. Good morning, buddy, and the rest of Echo family.
Good morning.
Buddy.
Yes, sir.
Whatever strategy or efforts, goodwill PDP is taking to resurrect for good, better, best. May God support them.
Amen.
Barry, somebody called and said that the defeat of the super ego is a blessing in disguise, and you were shocked. Now, I align myself with what you said.
Okay.
A blessing in disguise in the sense that it is supposed to provoke thoughts against or for home base at home. At home, things are falling apart. The center cannot hold. The arrows of God are pointing at us. We are no longer at ease. How can then God give us victory? So we should inward look at ourselves. We should stop behaving like a white sepulchre, rotting inside and shining outside. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Caritas. All right, let's go to our Facebook now. Bring you some messages there. We have Ifeanyi Jinkonye Ejima from Obiakpo. He says, so PDP is now waking up from their slumber after Wike and co have successfully destroyed the party. Had it been that PDP started taking action initially to expel or sanction any of the members that's working against their party, they wouldn't have seen themselves in such condition they found themselves today, although I wish them quick recovery from their illness. Okay, Japheth Nuhu says, good morning, Mr. Barry. Like, is this reason why Adamawa State Governor left the PDP national meeting? So nothing else. Thank you. Have a good day. All right, thank you, Japheth. Dr. Mrs. Simao Lebara from Owerri. We are today doing heinous things and proudly handing over the culture of criminality, wickedness, and shamelessness to our children. The theoreticals in our polity have become most nauseating. Why is it that in Nigeria, honest people are fast giving way to intransigent kleptomaniacs and power-drunken mediocres? It is only in Nigeria that people do not accept defeat. They want to win at all costs and by all means, whether they are people's choice or not. It is only in Nigeria that leaders find it difficult to apologize for their wrong acts or resign voluntarily as it is obtained in other climes. Why can't we keep faith in democracy that we fought hard for? All right, thank you very much. Peace Nwokedi says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Barry. Thank you, Peace. Emeka Dinkpa says, Barry Cosmos, good morning. Dinkpa Emeka from Omalumako in Himembano, LGA. Barry Cosmos, Spelling and co from the party is dead on arrival because they allowed Wike and Sam Daddy to destroy PDP. Before now, Wike is working day and night to make sure that PDP did not see the light of the day before joining the ruling APC. Buru, I have a pleasant working day. Thank you. Vox sent Ifeanyi Mary Augustine says, good morning, Barry Cosmo. Just tell Trump to open WhatsApp group. Nigerians will choke him with evidence. Abi? All right. Comrade Umpada Chidozenwosu is texting from Umuakano Haji, the most peaceful community in Imo State. Says, good morning, Barry Cosmos. Speaking for myself, the PDP may no longer make headway in her future political outings because selfishness of Wike, the party is dead, waiting for burial. For the final burial, thank you, Julie Stainless. Says, good morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Cossey. There is no gainsaying that the federal government is playing more than lip service over insecurity in our country. The government clearly knows what to do to end this menace. Otherwise, how can a sane government harbor someone like Sheikh Gumi, who romances and negotiates with the people that terrorize the whole Nigerian populace, and at the same time, it wouldn't allow foreign assistance to end the terror in our country? It is true that Nigeria belonged to some people. If it was an Igbo doing this negotiation, our name would have been sorry. The saying that Nigeria is a scam is glaring on and understatement. Trump should not hesitate to walk his talk before the Christians are finished in this country. Please, Mr. Trump, pay no heed to the enemies. Enemies deny of what is happening in our country. Isn't Lady Julie Naseke sent in that one? Was Felix says, good morning, Barry, and happy new week. My name is Felix from Umahimbieri. Now that PDP have expelled Wiki and others, let PDP breathe fresh air. Thanks. Chuku Ebuka Nwago, engineer, texting from Futo. A very good morning, my good friend. The expulsion of Minister Wike from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is a welcome and institutionally coherent development. In engineering terms, his removal serves as a critical maintenance operation, an intentional extraction of manufacturing component whose continued presence pose the risks of structural fatigue, system distortion, and operational breakdown. By isolating the defective elements, the party enhances its structural integrity and restores optimal performance parameters. Bam! All right, for those engineers, you understand what he's saying. Scientifically, this decision mirrors the elimination of a destabilizing agent in complex systems. Anti-party activities function much like disruptive variables capable of triggering chain reactions, destabilizing equilibrium, and contaminating an otherwise stable political ecosystem. His expulsion, therefore, acts as a purification process, enabling the organization to re-establish balance, predictability, and institutional harmony. Engineer Ebuka, texting from Futo. All right, thank you very much. Francis Obine says, good morning. Cosmos Francis from Second Inland Road on the issue of PDP and Wike. It's a welcome development, belated, but a step in the right direction. It may not bring immediate peace, but it's good to know every action has consequences. As for the Christians' genocide, Gumi walking free says it all. Alphonsus Chima says PDP's expulsion of Wike and his team shows a party fighting to regain discipline. If they use the moment to rebuild, they will grow stronger. If they choose bitterness, the cracks would widen. Wike and his allies now stand at a crossroad. Return in peace or take a new path with purpose. From Imsu Junction. Thank you. All right, we also have Prince Anokam. Honorable Dr. Sir Prince Anokam KSJ, I text him from Owerri. In Nigeria, the Independent National Electoral Commission is responsible for regulating and overseeing elections, including party primaries and congresses. If INEC is not in attendance at the political party's election, it can have significant legal implication. Legal implication, non-compliance with the Electoral Act, and of course, a validation of electoral results and all that. And court intervention. Affected parties may approach the court to challenge the outcome of the election, citing non-compliance with the Electoral Act and loss of recognition, party disputes, and of course, INEC guidelines for party primaries and congresses. Quite a lengthy message. Let's take calls. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmos.
I greet you, the Radio General.
Thank you very much. For those who doesn't know, I'm Edaifa Yoku JP, the Radio General for Omodobo Gohagema local government.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, I'm not really much about the suspension of Wike, but that somebody has summoned courage to pronounce it that Wike has suspended you. Let us see whether heaven will fall. Even if at last they say, okay, court said no, that it's not legal. Okay, we hear, but somebody has made the move. Let you know that just last 2 weeks or a week ago, stood him and said, whatever he said, not me, sir. No, sir. That thing paid him tomorrow. Today again, they have suspended him. That means he should look, if I let him check himself and know that something is coming for him. And I want to say that he should call his men to order everywhere. They that are supporting him. Something happened now that every person, if you go to internet now, they should check Wiki for this thing that happened to Yerima. They wanted to kill Yerima. If Yerima died today, they may question him and say, yeah, the recent person that has problem with him. What happened? So that is how somebody, you get rise and fall of any human being. Let him be careful. I see the handwriting on the wall. Thank you. I remain the Radio General.
All right. Thank you, the Radio General, for your contribution. Okpara Nice says, my name is Okpara Hippolytus Seberechi from Idiato South, Omoama Isiaku. Barry, please tell Wike to go and sit down. Good morning.
Good morning, Radio Marshal.
I greet you.
And my name is Dr. Imo. I call from Ebu this morning.
All right, Dr.
First of all, I want to congratulate PDP. I want to give them a big congratulation on their effort, two-barrel effort of holding the Congress and doing the needful. I think they deserve congratulations. Whether we like it or we don't like it, they are man enough. And for me, I see a new beginning. And I see a real challenge posed before we casting. And whether Lego or whether whatever, we know that Lego in Nigeria is being masterminded by somebody. And if you look at the quality they place at the national chairman, it's a sham. So I am convinced that these men know what they are doing. And this is the beginning. This is the beginning, and I congratulate them. Whatever anyone is saying, PDP as a party is a party that is more than a ANC of South Africa and should not be messed up. I congratulate even Bode George and other people, elders who stood up, though it is long overdue for their action, but it's better than never. So I congratulate them. Whatever the outcome might be, it's just reconciliation.
All right. Thank you.
And his team coming back to PDP. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. All right, let's switch gears from that. Now, another face-off between factions of the People's Democratic Party is currently brewing as expelled members of the PDP set to hold an emergency meeting at the PDP's National Secretariat, Wadata Plaza, Abuja. But the Daily Post recalled that the PDP on Saturday suspended these particular people of the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Wike, who is there, Samuel Anya, who was the former secretary of the People's Democratic Party. They have the key to that particular Wadata Plaza of the PDP. Now that they are being expelled, can they have access to that Wadata Plaza? That's another big question. So can they now hold party without the court setting aside that particular convention and all that? So what is next for the PDP? This is another, we are waiting for the part 2 of the control, who is going to take control of the PDP Wadata Plaza. Good morning.
Good morning.
I greet you.
Thank you. My name is Comrade Padek.
Today you don't finally call.
My location has not changed. I'm still calling from my hometown, Haji, the most peaceful community in Imo State.
All right.
But before I react on the Wike issue, please permit me to use this medium to congratulate my mother. My mother, Norma, Mrs. Victoria Nwosu, on her meritorious award on Saturday as a Ezinne Diocese.
Okay.
So I pray that God Almighty...
After you finish, at the same account number where you go pay money for advert.
No problem. I pray that God will continue to strengthen her to work in his vineyard. Now, on the issue of Wike, I want to state categorically that the suspension of Wike with his co-travelers is long overdue because Wike wants to turn himself as the strongest man in Nigeria. He has destroyed the PDP completely because of his selfish interest. And he's also trying to destroy Nigeria with his activities. So I commend the PDP members that took the bold step by suspending him and his boys. It's a step in the right direction.
All right, thank
PDP should wake up. That's my own advice to them.
Thank you, Ampadek.
Have a wonderful day. God bless you.
All right. Hello. Good morning.
Hi.
I greet
Good
you.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You
I
are
greet
blessed.
you.
Hi, on this weekend.
Mm.
I expected this since yesterday. What I mean yesterday, since yesterday.
Mm.
That man is a more than me. I don't belong to any party.
Okay.
Stress anybody. I don't belong. I can only belong to a very good candidate, irrespective of which party he's coming from. If
Okay.
a good candidate, stand behind you. You see, weekend, with the decision they took just 2 days ago in Ibadan, when you help PDP. Now, that is the last time I checked. They say party affairs does not even have anything to do with the court or no court. These people, the individuals they remove from PDP, they are the canker worm in the PDP.
All right.
And someone about the girls. One PDP was formed in 1988 and 1998 to 1999. But they just are part of the people, part and parcel of people that formed PDP. The weekend was no problem. Anywhere, politically speaking, he was no problem. He was nowhere. Because you manage the river state resources, you use it to buy individuals in the PDP. Buy, fish and remove. You now become a lord. You become the god of PDP.
All right. Thank you.
PDP has got to stay.
Thank you.
There's nothing allegedly in nothing. If you listen to the statement of this PDP chairman, there is most likely that this is going to have hand together with the APC and other parties in 2027.
Thank
but
you.
I know that is enough.
Thank you.
It's not up yet. And if they can, if any PDP and other political party can take this step in 2027, I tell you, wonder will happen in 2027.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Thank you very much. All right. As we wait for the outcome of the Nigerian courts and the appeal, if any would proceed, until it gets to the Supreme Court. For how long this will last, only time will tell. Well, a suspended and now expelled National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP Samuel Anyao, had described the recent party National Convention as a jamboree and illegal. Anyao made this statement in an interview on Sunday Politics, a program on Channels Television, which was monitored a few hours after the PDP expelled him and other chieftains of the party. Recall that the PDP held its National Convention on Saturday. And of course, he was also expelled. Anyao said 16 states had not even done their congresses. The entire Southeast has not done their congress, suggesting that all that happened on Saturday was a jamboree. Even the ones done earlier have not been communicated to INEC. He added that with the absence of several states from the convention, the event, which ran from Saturday to early Sunday, cannot be said to be all-inclusive. When I heard somebody yesterday at the convention, when they were celebrating having their jamboree, saying that we must obey the rules of the party, I laughed, he said. Recall that PDP held its 2025 convention, and of course, Anyao was also expelled. All right, Anyao is saying 16 states have not done congresses. Why haven't they done congresses? Does it mean that the PDP does not have specified deadlines or dates for congresses in those states? These are questions that need to be answered. Because you know that these are the people that will hold in. Imo State here have not done their Congress, that's for sure. So why? The question is why? All right. Well, the Imo PDP has since rejected, the Imo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has rejected the dissolution of 8 state leadership at the recently concluded National Convention of the party, which took place in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Well, in a press statement issued by a spokesperson, Lancelot Obiako, the party described the convention that led to the suspension of its executive as illegal, noting that it was conducted in disregard of subsisting judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja. All right, so when you mentioned that of Abuja, what about the Federal High Court in Oyo? Well, the Imo State PDP urges members and supporters to completely disregard the report which it described as a wishful thought existing in imaginations of its purveyors. All right, that's the much I'll be taking on this particular matter. I think we've done well to give you all the necessary angles. The next is to speak to the expelled chairman of the PDP, if we can get him either to come here or on phone to talk to the people of PDP in Imo State what exactly is at stake. All right, just before I leave, we also still want to remind us of our goodwill, and of course, as Nigerians, as humans, and as lovers and keepers of our brothers and sisters, we want us to contribute to the support of the family of Odu. Odu family, the man that lost Anthony Odu, who lost his life, was cut short by bullets that allegedly from the police, according to the family, but he left behind a widow and 6 children. Echo FM, in conjunction with everybody listening to me right now, please, we are calling for support for this family, and we are giving her this account number. All you need to do is whatever you think you can support the family so these children will not become school dropouts just because your father is no more, so they don't become a nuisance to us in the future. Please support the family with this account number 104 307 3166 104 307 3166. It's FCMB bank account. FCMB bank account with the account name as Odu Family. Odu Family is the account name. FCMB bank account number 104 3073166. Please, as you support them, God will replenish your pocket. And God bless you for always really listening to our calls for any contribution. The last time we contributed to the teacher whose house was burned, and the man at least could get by to find a place where he would pitch his tent, pending when he can recover his home. And today we are calling for the life of these 6 children. Please support them generously so that we will definitely, we are going to start calling all the names of people who have submitted and who have contributed, so that you will know whatever you have contributed, we will definitely bring you the update, so you know that nobody is taking any cover for anybody, but strictly for the family and the children. And we will also monitor to see that the children are going to the school as we intend, so that they will not drop out of school or become nuisance in the society. The Entraco chairman has since given a scholarship to the daughter, of course, to continue her education. We appreciate the Entraco chairman, the big shark, talking about Anye here, there, who was here, and he gave that scholarship, which I would personally follow him from now till he fulfills that scholarship to the Odu family. Thank you very much. My name is Barry Cosmos, and this is where our program will end for today. Don't worry, tomorrow we'll be here again, but this time around we'll be starting as scheduled. Thank you very much for being part of the program. Bye-bye for now.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
Sweet music only on your favorite radio dial. Echo FM 100.7.
Here I go, fall in love again. Maybe last time I wasn't right, I guess, but this time I wanna make it right. Now I know.
This is Ofekata Orodo Community. Cuddle in nature's embrace. From the sky, its beauty stretches wide. Serene landscape, lush greenery, and a windy path that whispers stories of old. Ofekata Orodo is not just a place on the map. It is a heartbeat, a heritage, a people proud of their land. And today, it opens its arm to a contest that stirs excitement, mystery, and the promise of discovery.